Instant fame was really difficult for Shannen.
Those first 3 or 4 years, people were spinning out of control.
As she became more and more famous, she became the definition of the difficult actor.
If 50 people are saying you're difficult to work with, I guess you're difficult to work with.
Shannen Doherty became, for a while, one of the most delicious people to consume in the gossip press.
The media loves a bad boy or a bad girl.
The minute I get a job, they sort of zero in again. It's like vultures.
She'd been spotted on a California freeway at 3 in the morning, weaving back and forth across lanes.
But she's the kind of person, when she walks by, she has a presence about her that draws you in.
She goes after what she wants. She's tough.
Nothing to lose.
Leads you to where you are today.
I believe in storytelling.
It's gonna make you a star.
I'm still trying to figure that out. Biography.
In the early 90s, Shannen Doherty had become a superstar playing Brenda Walsh on Fox's smash hit teen series Beverly Hills 90210. But by 1994, the producers of 90210 had had enough of Shannen's lateness, on-set fights, and off-screen bad girl romps. After 4 seasons, show creator Aaron Spelling and Shannen Doherty decided to part ways.
As for the circumstances of Shannen's departure from 90210, I guess only she and Aaron Spelling really know the truth about what happened. Aaron Spelling said in a cryptic statement, "I don't want to hurt Shannen by saying anything more, but she knows why she left the show," implying that she had been fired.
On May 25, 1994, a television era came to a close when Fox aired Shannen Doherty's final episode on Beverly Hills 90210.
What they did with her character, Brenda was an aspiring actress, so suddenly she was accepted to school at the Royal Academy of Dramatic Art in London, so they shipped her character off to England, and Shannen was gone.
Roy Randolph said that he could get me into a program at the Royal Academy of Dramatic Arts this summer.
You're not kidding.
No, I'm not.
I think I had heard sort of rumors, like maybe she was gonna leave, or... And then it was an actual fact, and I was sort of like, I was sort of stunned, actually.
I would have to say that probably they were kind of happy overall that she was going. There weren't that many hugs. No, there was some security in the wardrobe department, but no hugs.
Shannen was 23, beautiful, famous, and unemployed. She just crossed one of the most powerful men in Hollywood, and it seemed doubtful that her career would survive.
I think a lot of people kind of wrote Shannen Doherty out as one of those people who had kind of ruined her career at that point.
It seemed Shannen was about to lose everything she'd worked for since she was a child. Shannen Doherty was born on April 12, 1971, in Memphis, Tennessee.
Shannen had a very conservative family upbringing. They were a religious family. She's a strong Southern Baptist. When she was 7 years old, her family packed up and moved to Los Angeles, where her father took over a job running a trucking company.
The family settled into a comfortable home with ocean views.
Shannen first discovered her love of acting when she tagged along with her brother Sean for an audition for a church production.
She played Sneezy in a production of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
This small role planted big dreams in 8-year-old Shannen's imagination. She told her parents that she wanted to act, and that would be a fateful decision for young Shannen. In 1980, when Shannen was 9, her family would confront 3 major crises in a row.
Her dad ran a trucking firm. It collapsed. The rug was pulled out from under them. Their financial situation was dire.
And that financial blow was only the beginning of the Doherty family's troubles.
When she was 9, her mother was hospitalized with an excruciating headache that turned out to be a brain aneurysm, and her mom almost died. The following year, her father had a massive stroke. Shannen has said that those 2 incidents really scarred her.
She almost lost both parents, so she's never been a stranger to drama.
The pressure was on 10-year-old Shannen to provide for her struggling family with her nascent acting career. Fortunately for the Dohertys, Shannen began to get cast. By 1981, Shannen began to land guest spots on TV shows such as Voyagers and Airwolf.
She was a cute little girl, and she got lots of roles that called for cute little girls.
At a young age, she was earning TV series salaries, and I know that that had a beneficial impact on her family, and I wonder how much responsibility she felt she had to carry as a child.
Then, in 1981, Shannen got her biggest break yet.
She landed the TV series Father Murphy, wholesome family entertainment.
I ain't no sissy. You all best quit calling me one.
For this role, Shannen received her first nomination for a Young Artist Award.
Shannen's strength partly comes from her own drive and her desire to accomplish a career which, you know, from when she was a really young child was something that she had the energy and the focus to really push.
She happened to be starting out in her acting career when we were in a rich point in American television history for really kind of almost schmaltzy family entertainment.
And the pinnacle of family entertainment in the early 80s was Little House on the Prairie. In 1982, Shannen landed a role on the series as Jenny Wilder.
Shannen was discovered for Little House when Michael Landon, the series producer and star, spotted her on Father Murphy.
Little House on the Prairie, the crown prince of all sort of family emotional kinds of programs.
Your father was a very sick man. Doc Baker told you that. They could have taken care of him. Could have helped him live.
Michael Landon gave Shannen some advice that really served as a guiding principle to her throughout her career and probably guides her still. He told her to stand up for herself and be a strong woman.
Michael Landon's mentorship resonated with Shannen even while she was off set. While attending a conservative Baptist school in Los Angeles, Shannen encountered a principal who didn't allow dancing in school. She confronted him.
Shannen loved to dance, and so she went through the Bible and found passages that showed people dancing and rejoicing. She organized a dance, and she justified it to the principal, and he called her into his office. She simply showed him the passages she had found in the Bible and then said, "So what the f*** is wrong with you?"
Shannen's bluntness continued as she pursued her ever-escalating career. After landing a feature film role at age 14, opposite Sarah Jessica Parker and Helen Hunt in Girls Just Want to Have Fun, Shannen returned to television as Chris Witherspoon on the hit TV family drama Our House, and she spoke her mind on set.
One incident on Our House really reveals the duality of Shannen's persona. On the one hand, very conservative Southern Baptist. On the other hand, very outspoken woman who's not going to take from anybody. Shannen's character, Chris Witherspoon, was supposed to make a passing, casual reference to condoms, and religious conservative Shannen didn't like this one bit. So she went to the writers and argued that her character would never make such a reference, and she got it written out of the show.
I've never put on a show of being anything other than myself. And I go through experiences that every single girl can go through. Girls watch me and say, wow, you know, she's come through a lot, and I can too.
At a young age, Shannen had already learned to be strong and outspoken. But on screen, she made a career playing sweet and wholesome roles. But that would change in 1989, when she landed a role in a dark comedy that would catapult her to a new level of stardom. After starting out on wholesome family television programs like Father Murphy and Our House, 17-year-old Shannen Doherty had outgrown squeaky clean roles. It would take a special project to catapult her career into the next phase. When a script for a dark teen satire called Heathers came her way, it seemed to fit the bill.
1989's Heathers was a real breakthrough for Shannen because she starred in that movie with some really big names, notably Winona Ryder and Christian Slater.
It explored the relationships that people have in high school and just how vicious high school can be. It was about a clique of 4 people. 3 of them were named Heather. Shannen Doherty plays one of the Heathers who is vicious, and she's very competitive and very jealous, and she becomes like the bad guy in the movie.
Just another case of a geek trying to imitate the popular people of the school and failing miserably. Is that pate?
This was a big deal for her because this movie attracted a lot of attention. It made Christian Slater a movie star, and she really stood out in her role.
This was one of the most interesting of all of the new burgeoning genre of the teensploitation film, the movie